Okay. Oh no. That's no bueno. Much better. Okay. So you're not just seeing a big ball of Pachamama. You get to see this mama. My good old ball and chain, because he bolts when he's not on a leash. We'll get there. I trust him in every other way. That is one area where we need to build trust. It's yet to be built. Hi, little ants. Oh, whew, whew. Oh, he's going places that you should not go. That happened once. I was sitting out here meditating, and then I felt something, and I was like, is that a bug in your vagina? And it was a bug in my vagina, so mote it be, you know. Spirit was digging for gold. They knew where it was. I hate myself. I'm done. Libras. I'm so excited because I did not know a single thing about Libras. I dated a Libra once, and I'm not gonna lie, like my initial thoughts was like, all I really could assume about Libras is that they're boring. But I also feel like that wasn't just, this is why I always say, like, just because you experience one person with a sign does not mean you know the sign, because I'm not gonna peg who this person was as oh, that's what all Libras are. I don't fucking know, but the person was boring, you know. Anyways, from what I've experienced, I embodied Libra energy a lot recently. I can't even front. There was a lot of moments where I would get stuck in a mentality and Spirit would say, hey, you're in Libra right now. And then I would just be like, damn, okay. So I've been really starting to understand y'all. And all I gotta say is I know that was not that one person. Y'all are not boring. Y'all are complex. You guys, put it this way, every other sign, not even all of them, some of them don't have any stuff, but I would just write down little energies that I was feeling. But for Libra, Libra, you guys got a whole story. Oh my God, these ants. Okay, do your thing. So I'm just going to go in with what I first said, which is you need to balance the mental energy. Stop putting all of your mentality into everything. You are not taking things as they come because you are too busy dwelling on everything. Trying to solve every problem, trying to find a solution for everything, make a decision that you're just not ready for. Some things need to happen before you will be ready to know or to decide. Slow down and open yourself to the present. Take what comes as it comes. Once you release all of this dwelling, you will find peace. From there, you will be able to have full confidence in your decisions, and you will have been able to enjoy life a little bit more without being so stuck in your head. I think that's why I wrote such a long paragraph. I think I was very deeply in that mentality of I get it, you know, it happens to everyone where you just can't think straight because you're too busy trying to figure everything out. And you know what? Sometimes, most of the times, it's just not the right time. You know when it's the right time, and that's Libra. You guys literally embody balance. That's why I tried to speak in terms that you would understand. You know, when you put all of your energy, all of your dwelling on one thing, that's not balance. That's imbalance. You know, you need to start giving and taking. You know, it's you know, dwell on things that come to you, or don't dwell on them as they come to you, but think about things as they come to you. And then, you know, when the time is right, you know when it's time to dwell on something and figure something out. But you need to think more open-mindedly about what might not be. You know, maybe I shouldn't think about this. Maybe I just shouldn't waste my energy thinking about that. You know, there's some cogs need to fall into place, you know. Start being more open-minded and consider a little bit more about what you could let go of mentally. So tell me, Spirit, tell me about this energy. Tell me what they need to let go of. Tell me all of the tea. Ha! 4 of Cups reverse. The little message on it says figuring things out. So, 4 Four of Cups brings me to emotional stability, though. So it seems like what you're trying to figure out is you're trying... Ooh! That tickles. I'm sorry, Spirit. Go do your thing, but don't tickle my ass. It seems like what you're trying so hard to figure out is... I don't know. This is where it gets... Here, tell me a little bit more. What's that emotion? Okay. I asked and Spirit answered. So you're feeling this lack of emotional stability, and I was questioning before, like, you know, what specific emotions do they feel like they're trying to figure out, or what's holding them back, you know? And it's victimization, inaction, weakness, and internal conflicts. So there's a lot of feelings of like self-victimization. So like usually that has to do with something that people have done to us, you know, or even life, you know, when life hits or when people hit, self-victimization is like a mental defense mechanism of fighting back, you know. It's like, well, they just did that, so like let's just like feel like we're in control of our own pain. And it's keeping you from figuring out what you really actually need to figure out to actually stabilize yourself and to feel some like calmness and balance in your mind once you're not dwelling so much on like things that made you feel weak, things that made you feel like a victim. And you know, that's just gonna cause so much imbalance internally. And 5 usually brings change, but it's reversed. So I'm seeing like there's a lack of changing. There's almost like this inability to, inaction. There's an inability to like get yourself out of this victimizing state. Tell me a little bit more. This is another sad one. Oh my God, my signs. Okay. There's another batons. It's 2 of batons in reversed. So there's an imbalance of internal power. Yeah. This victimization is coming from something that happened in your past that was just, you really didn't see it coming, and it really just defeated you. You just fell into a state of complete pessimism, you know. And that happens to everyone. You know, when shit happens to us, it's a defense mechanism that makes you feel safe. It makes you feel better almost to just dwell in that negativity, those pessimistic thoughts like, oh, well, it's always going to be like that. You know, that's just, you know, I'm only ever going to be here. I'm only ever going to like suck, you know. And it's just a very sad, like that's not it. Here, this kind of like showed itself. Yeah. A lot of reversed. Oh my God, these ants are just losing their shit. Stop. So 3 of Pentacles in reverse came up. And 3 is completion. So there's reversed, it's like you're wasting time. You're wasting your energy. You're not caring enough about what matters. That comes with this pessimism. You know, once you get stuck in a state of like, it's always going to be bad, I'm only going to manifest bad things. Well, 1, you are only going to manifest bad things, but that's a lot of time and energy wasted when you're dwelling on that and you're not seeing the positive things right in front of you. Just a tiny little example is when I was walking around coming to center before this reading, I really just kind of sat in this yard, that I have, and I was like, look at this. Everywhere else that you lived, you never had a little plot of earth like this. Like, look at that blessing. And, for a long time, I was so pessimistic about where I was that I never just realized that, even down to a tiny little blessing of it being like, wow, your backyard is beautiful, and you get to walk in it every day, and you get to love it every day. Like, and the safety, the security. When I lived at the apartment complex, that's too much about me. But you're never going to be able to acknowledge anything positive about your life if you're so stuck in this pessimism. Just because, we've all felt defeated. There are moments where, life will really bring you down and make you feel like you're never going to get back up. But if you sit in that idea of I'm never going to get back up, you never will. And if you just take it for what it is, like, man, that was a hard blow. I lost. Let's move on. Let's get, I'm gonna be, keep that mentality like you're gonna be better. So, that's why this shit happens to us. It's so you can enjoy and embody not being there. Like, you just have to realize that, think about how long ago that was. Or think about how temporary anything negative that happens to you is. Any defeat, any loss, it's temporary. There's the moment where it happens, and you can't dwell in it because you have to, like, consider everything, like, it happens because, like, everything after that you can enjoy so much more if you're not dwelling on it. You're not going to be able to enjoy anything. And look, Four of Pentacles, is it reversed? Yeah, it's reversed. So yeah, you're not going to be able to enjoy anything that you have if you're stuck in this mentality. That's another ideology of happiness as a way of life, Happiness is a way of life. Take it from this bitch. She's had the setbacks I've had would have sent most people. I mean, let's think about it. From when I was a infant child, I should have had many, many, many mental disorders, let alone should have killed myself, let alone every year after that, like every year after that, some more shit would happen where any average person would have killed themselves. I was just like, you have better things coming, it. And then 20 years later, nothing better came. It was further and further back, but I kept that mentality. I kept going. I said, this is not it. I had a feeling that this was not it. You have to have more strength. And then every time I would have those moments like, this is the worst setback after 20 years of setbacks. But what do you have now? Even a bit, like, you need to stop this pessimism. It's childish. And even says it right there, 2 of batons reversed. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's something that I needed to hear when I was ever stuck in those, because I'm just, I'm a spiritual person. So anytime that, like, I would get stuck in that pessimism, myself would immediately, and my guides would immediately come through and be like, bitch, you've been through a lot worse. You've been through so much worse. Like, that's not shit, like, you have to just remember, like, if you keep sitting in that, you gotta toughen up a little bit. You gotta, like, consider more of what you have. Be more appreciative of what you have, or at least look at what you have, because until you get over this, you're not going to be able to appreciate it. Just like me, I lived in this place for how long? And then it took a month before my lease is up for me to really just sit in the yard and be like, this is a blessing, You're not going to actually be able to acknowledge or see anything that you have unless you get over just bullshit and setbacks that are done and over with. It's the past. You got to move on. You really got to just move on, Stop dwelling. That's what that dwelling is. You're in it. It's that inability to, like, just let it go. You know, it happened, it's done. Stop constantly digging the dagger deeper when it's been out for a long time. It's been healing. The wound has healed, but you have not. Yeah, the Fool came up. Yeah. I read this side. This usually indicates the beginning of a journey of wisdom. Because, like, whenever the Fool the Fool is very reminiscent of somebody with a fresh perspective, you know? And I think it's coming once you let go of all this pessimism. You're not going to feel so bogged down. You're going to feel fearless. You're just going to feel like nothing can touch you. You're just going to become the Fool. The Fool's not like a foolish person. It's somebody that just doesn't give a fuck, honestly. Excuse me. Take it from me. Like, the Fool is one of my most prominent cards because that's how I get through my shit. Sometimes you just gotta, like, not give a fuck and just be a fool. Be like, you know, that shit happened, whatever. Let's go make some more mistakes. Let's go have some more fun. Let's do whatever feels right, you know? But that's positive. It's a positive card. It's a positive omen. Like, coming from me, like, there's a level where you need to give a fuck, but the Fool speaks of the moments where you don't have to give a fuck. And that's probably the strongest medicine for you right now, which is, like, stop dwelling, because that's giving a fuck. You need to let go of fucks to give. Have no fucks to give. Be the Fool. Walk out here with this, like, optimism, like, oh, anything can happen, but it's good. You know, not like, oh, shit's always gonna happen, it's always gonna be bad. Like, anything can happen. You know, the world is your fucking oyster, and embody that. I'm really tired of this, like, negative parenting. Like, what's some, like, positive messages? The lovers, that symbolizes perfect harmony and understanding. That usually could manifest in a relationship, but I don't think that manifests in a relationship because just like Gemini, this showed up in the Gemini reading. These are all signs that symbolize duality. Gemini is the twins. Libra is the scales. That's duality. And as I said before, you're dwelling, you're imbalanced. And the lovers, that indicates harmony. Everything coming just mutually. You're not going to be so pessimistic, and you're not going to feel so like you must be getting annoyed with yourself. I hate to say it, but, like, I've been there where, like, that pessimism, it's not fun, and you know it. You probably get very annoyed with it. So you're just going to become a lot more comfortable in your own head. You're going to feel so much more harmonious. It's going to be a safe place. Your mind is going to become more comfortable and safe, and you're just going to fall in love. I think that's what all of these readings have really been ending with too, you know? All of these mental setbacks are keeping you from loving yourself. Because, like, take it from me, physical shit, she don't matter. This vessel does not matter. Self-love does not come from this. I don't look at my arms and I'm like, you love yourself. I don't look at my fucking... Well, I gotta say, like, from where it came from, I look at it and I say, wow, you're strong, you've grown, like, look at how much you care about yourself. But I don't feel confidence, I don't feel love when I look at my stomach or my fucking legs or whatever, you know? It's from my mind. When my mind is a safe and happy place, I feel in love, and I'm able to actually embody and love myself. And that's what's going to happen with you. You're going to find this harmony in your head, and you're just going to feel so in love with yourself. Any more messages for my Libras? One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. There's something emotional that you're just refusing to let go of. Like the fact that showed up after everything, I'm like, wow, you're really gonna struggle, Libras. You're gonna have a hard time letting go of this. But I'm telling you, 8 usually represents momentum and karma, you know? And you're gonna be manifesting a lot of, and just this, the fact that this came up shows me that I need to kind of push this message probably a little harder for you to really do it. Because, you know, same with the Capricorn reading, you know, I can say this shit and you could just completely ignore it and then nothing's gonna happen. And this card is saying, you know, if you really do refuse to let go of all this emotional, like, this feeling of like not being emotionally fulfilled, you're not gonna be able to manifest anything that you want, let alone anything positive, let alone feel. You're not gonna be able to actually just have emotions take you away. That's the Fool, you know, it's letting life take you and you just not caring, you know, because that is how you can enjoy the present. That's how you just marinate in positives and you can feel it. You start to feel like things, you know, and I think that's what's coming through is like you're almost in a state of not being able to feel, very numb. And you have to let go of this pessimism. You have to let go of any setback, anything that you felt held you back. You have to let go of it if you want to be able to feel again, if you want to be able to love again yourself, let alone others. If you're in a relationship, I want you to know that this type of energy will affect your partner. That's something that I've acknowledged when I was in relationships and that everyone should acknowledge. And that's like when something's out of balance in yourself and your self-love, especially, that's going to affect your partner. Because if you can't love yourself, you're going to always try to get it from that person, and you're not going to be able to get from them what you have to give yourself. So then they're going to feel lacking. They're going to feel like they're not doing, like they're going to feel like they're doing everything they can and it's not working. And you're going to feel like they're not doing enough when they're really, that's just imbalance. That's something that you have to figure out for yourself. You can't rely on another person for. And if you're not in a relationship, you're not going to be able to attract or manifest a healthy relationship. Even with friends, let's say you don't, because like, let's say you don't have you're not really interested in that shit right now. That, or your relationship's fine, but you could be taking it out on your friends. And it's just going to manifest in a lot of bad ways, making people feel empty, making you feel like people aren't doing enough when they're doing just enough. Stop that. Stop it that. Come on. No, don't get excited. Sorry, he just had heart surgery. He cannot get his heart rate up. Chill. 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 Chill, baby. Chill. Chill. Woo! Hi. Chill. Okay? Alright, I gotta go. Because I'm probably late to getting my car fixed and getting my rental car, but so mote it be. Libras, I wish you, just like all the other ones too, I was going to meditate for a spirit, but I think ant is the medicine that you need. I have had many, 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 many meditations with ant medicine. It is a very, very beautiful, very profound spirit. And oh God, yeah, I'm already just going to go into what I personally learned from ant medicine. And it has a lot to do with what this whole reading was about, which is, you know, the energy when I was first experiencing it was like getting stuck in a tunnel. That's this dwelling. When you're stuck in this state of mind of dwelling, it feels like you're stuck in this endless tunnel that you can never get out of. You're just always going to be walking the same path to the same you know, it's just tunnel vision. You're not going to be able, you're always going to feel like you're stuck in the same place. It's like almost like claustrophobic. And ant medicine teaches of trusting yourself. And oh my God, yeah, there's an ant down there. And just think about it. Ants, they have this super, super, super complex underground system of like little tunnelways and like just, it's so complex. And they never not know where they're going. Even down to like, I have ants coming through my house all the time, and every single time I see one, I will say, bless, they're just getting their food and they're gonna find their way right back out. And it's true, I'll see one come in, and then like 3 will just walk right out the back door the same way they came in, you know? It's that type of energy where like, it's almost like they don't have to try, they just trust themselves and they just know where they're going. You know, there's all these complex things, but they never get lost. That's the energy you need to embody. Stop getting so stuck. Stop feeling so lost in this tunnel when in all reality, there's a vast, complex, you know, system of tunnels, and you don't even have to look. You don't have to know where you are to know where you're going and to get into the right place. And along with that, just like every other sign, I'm not just going to give my personal feedback. I want you to do the research yourself. Look up ant spirit medicine, and that's going to help you a lot. That's going to give you a lot of teachings, a lot of blessings. A lot of insects are coming through, but I'm almost sure, well, yeah, there's a bird for the next one. Robin spirit came through for the next reading, but sorry, that's just me trying to console me. I'm like, is it all going to be bugs? Like, okay. Bye, Libras. I just got back from picking up my car, and I was editing this video, and I was rushed, so I did leave out another teaching that ant spirit taught me personally, and I don't know if this is going to be in the online shit, so I am going to talk about it because it's very important, and that is the strength does not come from the vessel. Like, and I think that has to do with another thing I was saying, like, you know, this shit is not where self-love's going to come from. Ants are tiny, teeny tiny little motherfuckers, you know, and they carry things that are like way bigger than them, you know. It's just, don't look so much to physical things for strength. Like, just don't think that you're small for any reason outside of your spirit. Because ant is the teeny tiniest, most, even just down to being stepped on. People, in outward reality, people just, they walk all over ants, literally. But that doesn't mean that this isn't a spirit that can carry something like 1,000,000 times its weight. There's some tough little spirits, you know, like just some other medicine that you should consider. Don't look so much at your vessel. Not even just your physical vessel, but like the way that people treat you, the reality around you, anything image related, that's illusion. That's not spirit. That does not determine your strength. Your outward circumstances, the people in your life, nothing except your soul determines your strength. And you need to embody that a little bit more. And still look it up though, because it's always fun reading the power animals. Trust me.